Janet here. I have another Tag It Tuesday for you. What I have is a white tag cut out 3 by 5 inches. And I do those ahead of time on my works board. So just to give you the information for that. And then I have this purple cardstock that I went ahead and used this Gemini die. It's called Edgeables, Edwardian Rose, and it was larger. I can tell you it's larger than, well, that's not actual size, but anyway, the die was larger than my cardstock. But I went ahead and cut this out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere it to my tag like so, and then we will come back in and trim off excess and go ahead and embellish. So I am going to try this multi-purpose adhesive spray from Beacon, and because of all the little fine detail here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and, if I can get this to spray, I didn't try it off camera, looks like we might be glued shut, so let me grab some. Okay, so I found one multi-purpose adhesive spray that the nozzle was working, but you can see it left a mess. So what I'm going to do is just kind of try to spread this out here with my fingers, hopefully. See if I can get a little more spray out of this. Oh, that's just the funniest looking kind of spray I've ever seen come out of a nozzle. But all right, so I'm gonna try to get that on here, and I also have my reptile glue here that I'm going to use around the edge here, and then maybe just run a little bit here as well, just to make sure we're going to stick. All right, so what a glue mess, right? Hopefully we're not too bad on the other side. I'm going to move that out of the way. I really don't want additional glue here. All right, and then I'm going to line this up on my top edge here. This piece is too big for my tag, so I'm definitely going to have to do some cutaway. There, and then I have a wet baby wipe here. I'm going to use that to clean off my hands, and then also to pick up any glue on the front here. So hopefully. All right, cleaning off my glass mat. All right, and it looks like we are glued in place, and then all I have to do is trim off the excess here. I'll start there and go here. Trying to figure out which is the best way to cut along the bottom since I'm left-handed, but I think cutting away this side first will work, and then get in here for this. Now, that's not cutting off quite enough, so I'm going to come in with a smaller scissor and see if I can do some detail cutting here. All right. There, okay. Now we're in business. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is, let's see if we can get this to dry a little bit. So I'm going to bring in my heat tool from Ranger. It's nice and quiet. So I just want to dry off the area that I used the baby wipe on. I want to try to cover this up if I can. That's where our sentiment is going to go. So I think we're going to be okay. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is run along this edge here with this gold and white washi tape right along that seam there. And then I'll cut off the excess. you could wrap it around and tape it down if no one's going to see the back of your tag. So you're going to glue it into a junk journal or something like that. And then I have this word that I've die cut earlier that I was going to stick on here like so. All right, so what I do is I die cut, and a lot of these are from packages that I'm going to throw away because they have the glossy paper. And so I just stick them in here in my photo album, and so they're usable. So what I have in front of me here to use, I haven't done it yet, of course, is this from Coke Zero. Is I'm going to do some red die cuts. So every time I have a package that I can cut, I just kind of cut the package up and bring it down and die cut some words with it. So I'm using my little glue bottle here to cover up my word with glue. And I think I have excess here, so we're gonna have to clean that off, I think. But I'll lay that down. Now when I measured this, I measured the purple with the word before thinking about putting the gold on. So what's happening here, of course, is we're overlapping into the gold a little bit. I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna tap with my baby wipe to take off that excess glue. And then the last thing I have to do is punch. Grab my hole punch here and punch some of that purple away. There, for our hole at the top. It's a little bit smaller than what was on the white, but that's okay. So there is our finished tag, and of course we could put some thread through the top if we wanted to, but I'm going to leave it as is for right now. And because I don't know how I'm going to use it yet, I'm just going to store it in my binder, and I'll show you how I do that. I have that in front of me here. So this is what I do with all of my tags, my Tuesday tags. So I put them in this little scrapbook. They're not attached. They're just in here, page by page. And then I can decide what I want to do with them. So I haven't found a better way to store them yet. I like, obviously I'm going to use this journal for drawing and so forth, so they're not going to be able to stay there forever. But for right now, that is where they are.